Good day, everybody. Welcome to a new episode in the Rust series. This time I was looking at getting into the more details of the WASM, the WebAssembly part of Rust. So I started, thought it would be nice essentially to do the tutorial to get a feel of how everything works. And what I essentially did, I already installed these first step, the setup, which says, okay, install the WASM pack, the cargo generate, and npm. I've updated everything. And now we're going to generate essentially this WASM pack template. And we're going to generate essentially this WASM game of life, just to get a feel of how everything done. We're just going to follow the tutorial, which may give us some interesting discussion points. So I'm going to add here directory WASM. Then I'm going to run this project and I'm going to do WASM game of life. I'm very interested in WASM because I want to develop a proof of concept game, a very minimal game, two-dimensional game, and I want it to run on the browser. And what I like about WASM is it's very fast. What about Rust is that it's really a sweet language and very good. This is pretty cool. So I generated this new project, and this is where there's a Git repository in it. It's empty, right? So let's just set the state like the beginning. So initial import. I'm gonna make this thing a little bit bigger for you so you can read it better. So we can go through this together. So WASM game of life. So what's inside? I'm also very interested to see what's inside. Let's see if it's still the same. So we have cargo files, some license stuff, readme, lib and utils, and web test. So this is being produced like a library. Interesting. So not a binary. So let's just see what's in the lib. So we have some standard stuff here. This is I have no clue what this WeAlloc is. If you know, please leave it in the comments. And we have an interesting. So here we have like a procedural macro, which will rewrite this. Right? So this is not an external definition that we can actually run this. And then we say hello, WASM game of life. So now we have like this function, which is callable. Probably from the JavaScript engine or something. I have no clue yet. We're in this together. Utils set panic hook. So when the console error panic hook feature is enabled, we can call the set panic hook function every once. We will get better error messages if a code ever panics. Okay. Interesting. And we had something else, and that is a test. We have a web test or something, and then we say it's not, it wasn't 32, then we can generate test for some reason. I'm very curious. So let's go through the tutorial. So cargo. So it says here that like it exports. It imports the window alert function and it exports the greet Rust function. So if we have a WASM binds and then we say an extern, then it imports a function from the let's say execution environment and it exports the greet function. So now this is called by. And utils, okay. So that's cool. So now we can build. Okay, so let's try it. WASM pack build, right? So I'm gonna open like a new window. WASM. Is this the right one? Yeah, that's the right one. So now it says WASM pack, and we can just call build. And what does this do? Now it's gonna compile this all to the WASM target. Very interesting. When the build is completed, we can do artifacts in the package directory and should have these contents. So when we're done, we all have this. So we have a package with JSON, and then we have a _bg, point d, and .jas. Very, very interesting. Exactly, so we have a copy readme. Okay. So the WASM binary. I'm also very curious how big it all is, right? So, okay, so now it's done. I'm really curious about the package now. So what we see here, oh, it's small. Jesus. Look at this. Now this is something I really appreciate. What's this here? WASM game of life. Look at the size of this whole thing. So the README is bigger than the whole code together. Well, that is something I'm getting used to. That is really promising. The ES file is by the bindgen. So I'm also very curious what's inside of this. So it imports everything from WASM and it exports everything from BG. You see this? They have something like a BG behind it. It exports everything from here, from this one. Constant cast. Cat string greets. Ah, here we get them. And so it imports everything from the WASM, it will export it, and here it's explicitly exported. So we have here the function greet. Okay, so now we can call the function from the WASM compiler, from the WASM object. And what did it say more? That's also what they say here. Just like a wrapper. JavaScript glue for importing DOM and JavaScript function into Rust. Expose a nice API to the WebAssembly function to JavaScript. For example, there's a JavaScript greet function that wraps the greet function exported from the WebAssembly module. Right now this glue isn't doing much, but when we start passing more interesting values back and forth, it will shepherd those values across the boundary. Okay. So it defines the boundary. But why is it called BG? Why is it called _BG? We'll probably never know. Okay, and this is the TypeScript type declarations. Oh, that's nice. Be type checked and your IDE auto-completion and suggestions. That is really fantastic. That is really fantastic. So it's already very exactly. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Okay. Now the package in JSON, what does this contain? So WASM, exactly, it's me. And we have WASM, the files, side effects, false, okay. Metadata, yeah, so it's by npm, exactly. Putting it into a web page. Okay. This now it becomes very interesting, because this is exactly the question I was asking. So how do we use this? So now we have npm init WASM app www. This is going to be, oh my god, this tuning is again amazing. Okay, so we go back into this directory, and then we're going to do like npm, and then we do init WASM app www, init WASM app www. So what is it going to build? Oh my god, look at this. Isn't this amazing? What a wonderful community this was, huh? They all put these little things in there. It's really cool to be part of this community. So here's what our new WASM offline directory contains. So now we have way. We have bootstrap, index, package, webpack. Okay, now it becomes interesting. So package JSON. Okay. So this defines the major dependencies. So WebAssembly, WASM, Rust, and Webpack. This is the keywords. And here we have it, the hello WASM pack. Yeah. The Webpack, Webpack CLI, Webpack dev server, copy Webpack plugin. But to be honest, what is Webpack exactly? Webpack module bundler. This allows us essentially to bundle all this stuff into something. Okay, so how do we use this? How do we use this? Okay, this is very nice. This is the Webpack local development server. Root, Rampage, hello WASM, and essentially it wants to bootstrap. Main entry point. It imports the hello npm package, which contains the default Webpack templates, compile JavaScript glue, then it calls hello WASM create function. Okay. Is this the case? But now I'm wondering, Vim index WASM green, okay. Hello WASM pack. Yeah, one moment here. Hello WASM pack. Oh yeah, exactly. This is like now as dev dependencies included, and we will probably put our own module there to get it running. So I'm really so now exactly we can use like the normal tool chain here. So we do npm install all the different dependencies, and now yeah, exactly. So what this essentially says, like convenience, right? It's like convenience Webpack, but you don't have to use that bundle. You can also work like directly with ECMA modules directly. Okay, but now exactly this is also what I concluded. So they just included here. Then we have to probably change that, right? So now we've included anything. Oh, one moment, we got an error, I think. Not found. Something went wrong? No. Well, Jesus Christ. 346 vulnerabilities and one high. What the hell is this? That's not low. But let's leave it for this right now, because this is like a tutorial. But when we start publishing something for real, we should. Okay. So we need to change this. Yeah. So Vim package JSON. These are all the dev dependencies, but now we need to pull in our dependency. Yeah. So nicely we put this here. Okay, let's remove this. And then it wasn't enough. Exactly, and that's the index.json. So we do index.js. It says wasm game of life. Wasm game of life. Okay. Now we need to install it. Now it's going to install our dependency from the file, like the WASM from the package. Okay, still. Okay. The web page is now ready to be served locally. So npm run start. So now we can do npm run start. Exactly. So this runs the webpack dev server. Which shows some stuff. And now we should have everything running. That would be amazing. Oh, WASM game of life. Yeah, we already have like a Rust compiled version running. That is crazy. That is really amazing. It seemed to work so quickly, you know. Well, I think this is a nice way to see how fast and how well everything is built like here. But so hello WASM. So if we change this now to hello world, then essentially if we want to compile this, right, we have to do the whole thing again. So if you go down a level, then we have to build this thing. I forgot a bit how that was done. How do we build this? Package build like Rust up, blah blah blah. Exactly. WASM pack build. That's it. WASM pack build. Finished. So now go to the array. Again, I don't know. No, let's say if it now already changed it. If it does a new compilation, or if it's hello world. It already changed the whole thing. That's cool. So essentially, if I leave this open, right, and then I go hello there, for example, I'm gonna do webpack, right? Call it again. Right there. WASM pack build. So I have to do WASM pack build. If I do here WASM pack and build, then essentially builds. Everything is good, and it opens the browser again. This is amazing. One moment. Let's try this again. Okay, so now I can do WASM pack build. Is this an auto reload or what? Huh? Hello there. Okay, now nothing changed, right? Okay, let's change. Hello. Is this an auto? Refresh. Oh, we build it. This like it's an auto refresh built in. Well, need to say more. Isn't this amazing? So essentially, we have like a very quick way of building it. And if I would run my normal building, then it would do like finish dev. No, now it's building a target, right? So now it's like, if I do this, boom. But only when it changes, huh? I want to refresh, so now I changed it. If I now do like this quick build, boom, we get this auto refresh. Amazing. So everything is here. Webpack build to get going. Putting it on the web page. Great documentation. And serving locally. Exercises. Oh, modify the greet function to take a name. This customizes the alerted message. And pass your name to the greet function. Okay, we built a WASM bank with webpack build. And we're then refreshed using customized menu. Okay, this is interesting. Let's do it. Let's take a name. This is a string slice, right? So greet, so name, maybe here string slice, and then say hello. And here we're gonna do my name, right? Hello, and let's use the format function in Rust to make it name. Of course, this much. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. It requires a string slice, right? So that's the problem. So here, okay. So now we modified it. So now we rebuilt this, right? And we published. Now it shouldn't do anything. That's really cool because it shouldn't. Now let's go into the www folder here. And here we have like the new repository which uses this module. And it is, I think, here, greet. And now we're gonna add JavaScript string. Buenas. Okay. Now we need to rebuild the whole thing. Hello, boy mask. Beautiful. Beautiful. It already works. It's crazy. Okay. Happy to see you again. Oh, and it works. Okay, this is very interesting. But now I'm also very interested in glue. Show index. And there's glue methods. So the package. So we had these. So we have this one. This is the WASM code. Amazing. And we have the background. So this is the greet. Now suddenly we got this new function, pass string to WASM 0. Very interesting. You see how it rewrites it? So now it says the function greet with name, and then it says okay, pass string to WASM 0 name, and then it does all kinds of things here, malloc and everything, factoring, and then it calls this WASM greet function. But we can just call it like here. Interesting. This is definitely some amazing stuff. Definitely some amazing stuff. So first episode of the WASM. Next episode we're gonna go like deeper into explore what we can do with WASM, and we finally will end up essentially building some kind of game in WASM. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think about WASM, and if you look at the tooling of Rust, if you like it, how they build it or not. See you next time.